The most important message that I have for the public right now is please listen to what your state and local officials are saying.
Sandy, of course, set to make landfall just a week before the presidential election, so there are implications to that as well. And Dan Balz joins us to try to figure out what they might be. Good to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Both campaigns have really rejiggered their schedules.
Yes, the president actually canceled a planned event in Florida early Monday. He had flown down to do it, decided not to, has flown back. Governor Romney canceled all of his events except for one today and everything tomorrow. So basically we're going to have no campaigning for the rest of today and for Tuesday, and then people will decide at that point what's the sort of prudent thing to do.
So at the very least, it kind of narrows the playing field down to a few days. What are the other potential impacts? So early voting, we've already seen. What they couldn't do in the courts, Sandy's managed to do, which is curtail early voting.
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of implications for it. One is, as you say, is on early vote. I mean, that will be harder in some of these states to do early voting. In some states, like, you won't be able to do any of it. Talking with the Obama campaign today, they think that where they have the most robust opportunity to do early vote, they'll still be able to do some of it. That some of the states that are most affected by the hurricane and the storm are ones where early voting or absentee voting can be a little bit more difficult, and so they think that that will be okay.
Because the conventional wisdom is early voting benefits Obama.
That's correct, and the Romney campaign has done a lot of work over the last week to try to contest that or to dispute that, but everybody has long assumed that the early vote would tend to favor the president. So any contraction of that presumably could be bad, but the Obama campaign, Jim Messina, the campaign manager, and David Axelrod, the chief strategist, did a conference call this morning, and they basically said their ground game is robust enough that they'll be able to do whatever they need to do to get their voters out, no matter how many days they have to do it.
Yeah, because ground game's the other issue, right? How this impacts get out the vote, how it affects turnout, especially among maybe voters that aren't that motivated to get to the polls.
Well, one of the great unknowns is how bad this storm will be and what it will do to states that are affected by it. Will we have conceivably delays in when people are actually able to vote? I mean, if this is a terrible storm and communities don't have power for 5, 6, 7, 8 days, there may be places where people will not be able to vote on time. So there's so much unknown at this point. I think both campaigns only can do what they can do, which is to prepare, to anticipate, and once things begin to clear, once the storm has begun to move out, then to assess what they do. But I mean, one of the questions is, where will the candidates be able to go over the last 5 days rather than the last 8 days? They want to go to a lot of different states. They're probably not going to be able to go to as many states as they had hoped to, and certainly not to go as often as they would go.
Yeah, I mean, the big ones that seem to be taking off the playing field right now are North Carolina, Virginia, and New Hampshire, 3 swing states that the candidates are not going to be able to, at least in the next few days, visit, or have chosen not to.
Right, and the Obama campaign was asked this morning by a reporter from North Carolina, will we see the president before Election Day? And they would not say. I mean, basically they just said the schedule is day to day at this point. We will have to see. They insist they have a very good shot at winning that state. The Romney people think that's not the case, but they were not willing to say, yes, you will definitely see President Obama in North Carolina between now and next Tuesday.
In terms of which way this cuts, it gives Obama a chance to maybe go to North Carolina as the president rather than a candidate. He gets to be presidential in this whole storm reaction period.
I think that at this point there will be more focus, obviously, on the president as president, not on the president as campaigner. Yeah. And for the next couple of days, that's what we're going to see. We'll see him in his governing responsibility, not in campaign mode. Storms like this are problematic. People expect presidents to be on the job, to be paying attention, to be helping to guide the response. If he handles that well, perhaps it helps him. If things go badly, you never know. But there's also a very short window for people to make that assessment. It's not as though people are going to have 2 weeks to decide how they thought the president did. Governor Romney will be less visible by definition as a result of this, both because he's off the campaign trail and he's not the president. He doesn't have any official responsibilities. The question is how invisible will he be, and will that hurt him? I think there's a question about the kind of enthusiasm that was out there for him, that was building. We've seen it on the ground. We've seen it in some polls. Does this kind of short circuit that? Does this force the Romney campaign, in a sense, to kind of have to re-rev that excitement? We don't know that at this point.
Okay, Dan, thanks a lot.
Thank you.